just so ironic. Jesus was crucified by his own people back in the day for going against the grain, saying what they don't want him to say. They crucified him. And yes, I'm comparing Yeezy to Christ. And no, I'm not a fan. and I guarantee you another thing, 99% of y'all motherfuckers using the word fan do not even know where the word fan came from. So go Google and research that and find out what does the word fan mean and where it came from before you call a person a fan. All right. And so yeah, and now not only is his own people crucify him, so in this sense, right, put it in biblical terms, in this sense, Kanye would be Jesus, the black people now would be the Jew, and the Jewish people would be the Romans. And that's what's happening again. They're crucifying Jesus. Yeah, I just thought about that shit. That shit is wild. Anyway,
racism, but most of all, we at war with ourselves. God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down.
Called woke individuals. F Kanye this, F Kanye that. I'm like, yo, if you feel that way, you're a nigger. Yes, with the ER. I said it.
When it hit, you feel no pain. White folks said controls your brain. I know better than that. That's game, man. We ready for that. Two soldiers head of the pack.
All right. So, as we all know, the past several weeks, there's been like this whole thing in the media with the whole Kanye West issue. Well, let me rephrase that. Kanye, yay. And out of respect because he changed his name. So yeah, everybody is all up on him with this White Lives Matter shirt. One, and then the Jews for the statement that he made about Jews, and like me, right? Like, this is not written, so I'm just like flowing as I go, so it's not scripted, nothing, so it might be a little bit jumbled and mixed up, but hopefully I get my point across. And just like me, right? First, I'm going to address the whole Jewish thing, right? Where he speaks about Jew people and, well, he's obviously we all should know he don't mean all Jews. Because it's just like me, right? I'm Jamaican. I'm black, right? You have Americans who are black, Haitians who are black. Everybody was black. Do you think when a white, and he even kind of made that point, but he did it in a different way where he says, if there was like 4 black guys in a car, everybody's going to jail. You think when I walk down the street and a fucking white person see me, they're going to think, oh, he's not American. They're gonna assume all black people are African American off the rip until you open your mouth and say something to them or something like that, right? And even African Americans, when they see you, they're probably just gonna think you're African American until you speak or something like that. So it's like, in a way, he's right, but he's not right for generalizing, if that makes sense. But and then Jew people have problems with Jew people because there's like 3 different kinds, I believe, and I know I've seen with my own eyes where an Orthodox Jew and an unorthodox Jew got in some quarrel on the train in New York because they don't like each other. Like, they really don't like each other. Majority of them, not all. But, and we all know, and we've all been saying this for years, how Jewish people are, and it's just facts. It's the truth. And I mean, white Europeans and Jewish people, they are who they are, and since history they've been doing what they've been doing, and it's just facts. I don't hate Jew people. I have a lot of Jewish people that I admire and shit, and you know what I mean, and I definitely don't hate white people because my child is half white, so in a sense, I mean, white lives matter because my son lives matter, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. So and by me saying that, I'm not taking away, just like he said, from the Black Lives Matter. However, I would never support that group, Black Lives Matter group, that specific group. But I do believe Black Lives Matter because at the end of the day, not because my son is mixed, I don't have a free pass with white people. No. And not only that, y'all killing the guy for wearing a shirt that says White Lives Matter that he created. A black man created a shirt says White Lives Matters. You don't know the true meaning behind the shit, like exactly what the message is trying to say, because it's like art. Art is interpreted by you, by the viewer, you know what I mean, or the listener, depending on what type of art form it is. It's whatever you believe it is and get from it. But you should always go to the artist and be like, yo, what were you trying to portray when you did this piece? And then you will get it, you know what I mean? But before I jump to that part, I was saying you can go to the store, everything you wear, I guarantee you 99.99999% of these, oh, we're gonna stop F Kanye people, wear white brands. You, everywhere you shop is white. What you wear is white. The phone that you use is white. You live in a white world. You're living in a white world. You, the car you, me, I'm driving a BMW. My car is white. Everything you wear is white. So you're supporting white lives, and you're supporting the white generational wealth. So I don't see how you have a problem with the man making a shirt, but yeah, you can go and support these. Yo, start wearing them dashikis, or go support these black businesses that's all over the place. If you feel that way, then stop supporting white businesses. Simple. But you know you don't want to do that, but you just want to all jump in a bandwagon because he kind of like offended you or some shit because of what he said, when partly it's kind of truthful. And also that statement that he made about the Floyd or whatever, I'm not gonna touch on that because I don't know, and you know what I mean, I just don't want to touch on that part. So yes, maybe he shouldn't have said that, but then again, we don't know what facts he have, right? And they said there was 2 autopsy reports, right? However, we haven't seen both of them surface. So until somebody can provide me with proof of both autopsy and they both say the same thing, this is what killed him, then I can be like, all right, boom. But in a way, yes, I will say I do blame the white officer, regardless whether his feet was on his neck or not. It's the white officer's fault why he's dead, period. And Kanye wasn't disputing that either. He didn't say that. He's not saying that it wasn't because of the white officer that contributed to it. But what he probably was saying was, maybe if he didn't have the fentanyl in his system, he wouldn't have died. But we don't know. That's an if, and I don't deal with ifs. So, but maybe that's what he was trying to say, but he just wasn't getting his shit across correctly. But like I said, I'm not going to touch on that. The white officer killed him regardless of what was in his system, regardless whether his foot was on his neck or not. It was the whole incident that caused the man to die. So therefore, you know what I mean, the white man is the cause of his death. And back to the Jews now. I see a Jewish guy posting something saying that what he said? Say we love all people. We don't do this because the Torah says this and this. Listen, I've been racially discriminated against by Jewish people, more so than white Americans, and that's fact. And I've also been treated bad by African Americans than I have by white Americans. That's another fact. My experience. I'm only speaking from my experience, what I've experienced since I've been in America. Black Americans and Jewish people treat me worse than white Americans. It's just, it is what it is. And yes, I've had my encounter with white racist America several times. Because I have a cut on my fist. You can't see it, when I was in the army, where I was called a nigger, N-I-G-G-E-R, by a fellow white soldier. And yes, I fucked him up. And yeah, we spoke about it afterwards. And you know what I mean, we came to common grounds where we had respect for each other, understood the motherfucker was racist. He's never gonna change. Racism is ignorant. I feel sorry for him, but he know now, if you call me the N-word, I'm gonna fuck you up. If you call another black person the N-word, I don't give a fuck. They need to deal with it themselves. Then again, that's like not a black and white thing, because if I see a bigger, stronger white racist person messing with a smaller black person, I'm gonna defend them just for the fact that they can't defend themselves. So it has nothing to do really with just the racial part. It's the size, because I would feel the same way if it was a bigger black person picking on a smaller black person. So that therefore it has to do with the size. The way I look at shit, man, I'm just different. I hate and love everybody and respect everybody, and don't respect everybody equally across the board. I don't deal with that race shit per se. Also, this is not my country. This is your country. This is what it's built around. This is just what it is and what it will be. So, I mean, y'all got to deal with that. I just know how to navigate through this thing and live the best I can. And like I said, respect everybody. Those who respect me get respect back. Or we can respect the fact that we don't respect each other and stay away from each other. But as far as canceling Kanye, come on, man. Are you serious for for wearing a shirt? And if it's not bad enough already that the Jews are trying to blackball the man, the Jews who run the country, own the country, technically, you're gonna be on their side saying, you know, if Kanye because he this and he that, and trying to act like turn a blind eye to what he said about the Jews, to what the Jews have been doing to y'all for years. Just so you know, the Jews are more dangerous than the white Americans. That's facts, because 90% of the white racist Americans are trailer trash, bum, ignorant people who have no money, no resources. They can't do shit. They're just ignorant fucking people. The ones who are in charge, who have the power to do stuff, are the ones you should be afraid of, not these little trailer trash rednecks. That's what y'all need to learn. Cutting off the man because he wore a White Lives Matter shirt, and because of what he said about Floyd. Like I said, I don't agree with the Floyd part, really, in a way. I understand what he's saying, but I don't agree with him. Me personally, I just would have never said that. And then also with the apology now that he made, you know what I mean? A lot of people, well, he didn't even apologize. He apologized for those who misunderstood and misinterpreted what he said. He didn't say apologize for what I said. He didn't say apologize to Jews. He said I apologize to those. And once again, like I said, the way the man speak, if you don't understand, you don't understand. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But he did not apologize for saying what he said or apologize to Jews. He's apologized to those Jewish individuals who have nothing to do with what he's saying and who he wasn't speaking about, who misunderstood what he said. That's all that was. But I want to see how long this is going to last, right? Because he's still going to be a billionaire. That 10, 11 billion is not going to run out no time soon. So even if he don't get another gig a day in his life, all he got to do is manage his money good and he'll be good. Half of y'all motherfuckers who's hating him right now are going to die before the man money run out. And like I said, which is not, because the dude is a genius. He's smart. And it's just sad, bro. It's just sad. Like, I don't even care about the Jew and white America blackballing the man. But when I see y'all black so-called woke individuals, F Kanye this, F Kanye that, I'm like, yo, honestly, and I know y'all go bash me for saying this, and YouTube probably take this shit down, but if you feel that way, you're a nigger. Yes, with the ER. I said it. Because how can you not get what the man is saying, and how can you go against the man who's been for the culture forever? I'm gonna clear it up, because I know you guys always need somebody to dumb shit down for you and make it kindergarten. So by me saying that nigger, I meant the ignorant individual that the whites have you as. That's why they used to call us that back in the day. They can't call us that no more, because we're no longer ignorant. We're no longer afraid of them. We're no longer that. So therefore, that's what makes us not. And you think they called us a nigger just because we're black? No. They used to call the Indians that too. The Indians in India, that's what the British used to call them. In their eyes, anybody who is ignorant, who's less in their eyes than they are, is a nigger. It didn't necessarily had to do with the color. So that's why I said that, because you're proving that you're just an ignorant bastard. And now you're going to be Uncle Toms and yes mans to them. I know you're going to say, oh, you're not, you're basically going against him because him wearing the shirt and statements he's made and the MAGA hat and the meeting with Trump, and which we all know Trump is not racist. And we all know that. He say some wild shit and he acts ignorant as fuck, but we all know he's not racist. He's not. Prior to him going in office, every black person used to look up to him, just like Kanye even said. I remember when I got Trump's book and I read it, I was like, what, 18 years old? Because I was like, yo, who's this guy? And I was reading this book at 18 years old, wanted to be like him business-wise. As a president, I don't fuck with the guy. I don't like him. But as a person and a business person, yeah, I like the guy. Real talk. So just before y'all go start reporting me and talking about, oh, he used the N-word, he said this, is yeah, I did. And I cleared it up so you know exactly what I meant by saying that. And I just, I hope people would, and then also with him too, I ain't gonna lie, I would just hope he would just answer the question so you guys can understand it. But then again, like whenever people question him on things he say and things he do, but then again, like me, I don't like to change me for nobody. I want to be me. I want to be true to myself, and that's what he's doing. But sometimes it can be harmful, and I mean, there has to be some give and take, but just not too much. So I feel like he could be a little bit more tactful about his approaches to shit. But as we all know, that's not Kanye. We know this, mixed with this, the mental illness that he has. We know this. Anyways, I guess I hope I got my point across. But this is just like, yo, and when you think about it, right? I'm thinking about something and I'm like, yo, the man called himself Yeezy. He released the shoes Jesus. He made Jesus walk. And it's just so ironic. Jesus was crucified by his own people back in the day for going against the grain, saying what they don't want him to say. They crucified him. And yes, I'm comparing Yeezy to Christ. And no, I'm not a fan. and I guarantee you another thing, 99% of y'all motherfuckers using the word fan do not even know where the word fan came from. So go Google and research that and find out what does the word fan mean and where it came from before you call a person a fan. All right. And so so not only is his own people crucifying, so in this sense, right, put it in biblical terms, in this sense, Kanye would be Jesus, the black people now would be the Jew, and the Jewish people would be the Romans. And that's what's happening again. They're crucifying Jesus. Yeah, I just thought about that shit. That shit is wild. Anyways, that's all I have to say.
Get up, I get down for my grandfather who took my mama, made her sit in that seat where white folks ain't want us to eat. At the tender age of 6, she was arrested for the sit-ins. And with that in my blood, I was born to be different. Now niggas can't make it to balance to choose leadership, but we can make it to Jacobs or to the dealership. That's why I hear new music and I just don't be feeling it. Racism's still alive, they just be concealing it. But I know they don't want me in a damn club. They even make me show ID to get inside of Sam's Club.